Hello everyone and welcome back from spring break. This lesson is the first lesson of our new video series, and this is for the week of March 23rd and for the beginning orchestra. So if that's not you, turn this off and go find another video. Anyway, welcome back. We are starting a new series where, although we can't meet together at school, we're meeting together in these video lessons, and I will give you a lesson. We'll work together through these things, and the goal is that you actually improve on your instrument in this new setting. So a couple things before we get started. I want to make sure that you find a place where you can practice and you feel comfortable, you have all your stuff, it's easy to get to. Maybe you leave your instrument out. Whatever, if you've got a room dedicated to do this, that's the best. But make sure you have your music stand, your chair, your instrument, your rosin, your bow, all the things that you need to be able to be successful at getting this. And so you don't have to keep stopping the video and running over and getting something else. It'd be helpful if you had, of course you need something to watch this video on. And if you have the ability to have speakers that can make it a little bit louder, that might be helpful too. So that's the first thing. You get all your supplies ready to go. And then I will be giving you a specific lesson, and we'll work through that. But before, we've always tuned. We want to make sure we have a good instrument. Our instrument is well in tune, and some of you have already started to work on doing that, and you have a tuner. But if you don't have a tuner, you're going to need to come up with some way, whether you purchase a tuner, or whether you get an app on your phone, or you use your piano, something like that. So we're going to start off with, how do you tune? And so I'm going to let you watch a video, and this is just one video I found on the internet. You might be able to find other ones out there, but you're going to need to be able to have your instrument tuned if you're going to be happy with the sound that's coming out of your instrument. So let's pause the video now, and or I'm going to pause my part, and let's watch this video on how to tune your instrument. Hello, this is a video about how to tune your string instrument. I have my violin here, and as you can hear, it needs some serious attention, and it's way out of tune. And so this is, how do I get this thing in tune? Well, first you're going to need either a tuner like this, the kind of one that I use in class, or others like this that clip on your instrument. Have an instrument at home, a keyboard or a piano. But you need something, maybe an app on your phone, to help you get in tune. Once you have that set up, then you play the string and see, is it where it's supposed to be? If I'm playing the A string, if it doesn't read an A, I have to decide, do I have to tighten it to get it up or loosen it to make it go down? I'm going to put this aside and grab my cello here and use that for the demonstration. My cello is not as badly out of tune as the violin was, but here it's a little bit out, and you can hear my A is not sounding so good. So I grab my tuner and I play the A string, and maybe you can see this. So the needle is not in the right place, the light's registering that I'm out of tune. And so I look at that, I know it's supposed to be an A, and this says, that's about a G sharp. Well, G sharp is just right below the A. So I might try my fine tuners first. So fine tuners are down here. And so with the cello, I bow and I reach around and I grab my fine tuner and I watch to see. And now you can see I tightened it up, and now it reads an A, so it's in tune. But let's say my string was way low, and oh no, not so far I can't use the fine tuner to get it up there. So I'm going to have to reach over and use the tuner up here. And so these are called peg tuners. And so I'll play it and I'll say, oh, it's supposed to be a D, but boy, it's reading about a G. So I know that's really off. So I'm going to have to use this. Now, suppose I try to turn it, and it just goes right back down. Well, these peg tuners have to be pushed in to the headstock to be able to really, they're friction pegs, and so they have to be pushed in. So I'm gonna turn it while I kind of push on it to get it in there a little bit tighter. Now let's see, I'm on it, playing a D, so I'm gonna take it up until I get pretty close to the D, and I now use my tuner, and I'll use the fine tuner. And now the D is in tune. So you have to know, first, the names of your strings. And then you have to know, is the note you're playing on your instrument, is it above the pitch, sharp, or below the pitch, which is flat? Now look here at this handy dandy little chart I made. Here's the alphabet. A, B, C, D, F, G, and I've took it all up to A. If you're trying to tune an A string, and just like my string read G sharp, it's below the pitch, and so I have to tighten it up. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I tightened the fine tuner, because it wasn't very far away, so I tightened it right to go up, and I watched my tuner until I got to A. But let's say I'm trying to tune my D string, and it's reading an E. Well, then I have to loosen it to lower the pitch. So I'm going to go left. And so I turn to the left or counterclockwise, and that makes the pitch then drop down here. If it's super far away from the pitch, I've got to use my fine tuners, and I'll tighten that to get it up to the right pitch. I think that's really about all you need to know. Except it takes time. You're bound to maybe break a string or two sometime trying to do this, but eventually you'll get to the point where you can tune your instrument using a tuner. Now there are other ways to tune, like you've seen me tune it with two strings at the same time and playing double stops. But for right now, let's just try to use the tuner and get your pitch on your string to the right place that way. Hope this helps. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to tune up. Let's just double check. Everybody play your, if you have an E string, play your first string, E string, and it should sound like this. And now your A. And your D. And your G string. And then those of you that have C strings should sound like this. Okay, so turn in your books to page 20. And we're going to start off. I had asked you to work on page 20 and 21. And so here is number 72, Oats, Peas, and Beans. And we're going to play this together. So if you need to pause and get yourself set up, go ahead. Otherwise, let's go ahead and play along with Oats, Peas, Beans. You're going to hear some clicks, and then we start playing. All right, get ready.
Oats, peas, and beans.
If you need to play Oats, Peas, and Beans again, go ahead and feel free to rewind and do that. Otherwise, we're going to go on to page 21. We've talked about in class that for violins and violas, you can use your fourth finger on the tape to play a note that you would otherwise play on an open string. For instance, on your D string, if you put your fourth finger down, you're going to get an A instead of playing it on the A string. And so number 73 is finger plucks. These left-hand finger plucks are designed to strengthen that left-hand finger and get used to curling your finger. And so I'd like to play number 74, fourth finger A on the D string. And then we'll jump to Frere Jacques, number 76, Dreidel, number 77, and Shepherd's Hay, number 78. So here we go, let's play those.
Fourth finger A on the D string.
Frere Jacques. Dreidel, dreidel. Hay.
Okay, so for violins and violas, remember, you've got to keep that left hand in a nice curved position, and your pinky, the pinky that's going to be playing that new note, has to be curved and curled and played on the tip. If you play it with a flat finger, it won't work. It's got to be curved. They also talk about this being the tunnel. You'll see a finger tunnel between your strings and your fingers. So look for that. Now, cellos, I know that there's, except for the few plucks that you might be doing in there, there's nothing for you quite yet, but it'll be coming. So today we've worked on we started with oats, peas, and beans on page 20. We took a look at page 21 and talked about the finger plucks and strengthening that pinky and being able to play a new note. I'd like to point out, we've also, I want you to be working on your bead challenges and send me videos. Go ahead and work on one of those pieces and send me that video, and you will earn your bead if you can pass that piece. Now, for the bronze level, there's only 9 pieces, and oats, peas, and beans is number 7. Number 8 is the G major scale. It's just starting on an open G string and playing a normal D fingering scale, but started on the G string. We've done that in class before, so that should be pretty easy to do. And then number 9 is Luz de la Maña, which is on page 22. So we'll get to that probably next week. So if you've been keeping up on all the pieces we've been playing, you should be able to earn your first bronze level set of 9 beads and get your gold bead. So practice those things. I'd like to wrap up today by playing Search for the Dragon. So you'll need to go to my website, davesguitar.net, and then look under orchestra, and you'll look for the sound recordings, and you'll find a nice recording, one of your particular instrument playing, and then you can play along with the whole orchestra. So that's the way I'd like you to wrap up today's lesson. I hope this has been helpful and that you've enjoyed the lesson, and contact me, send me an email if you have any questions. Otherwise, see you next week.